CM Punk has bashed the shit out of Colt Cabana in a latest tweet. Hi guys, welcome to another edition of the General Jerry channel. Actual CM Punk legitimate news for once. CM Punk has called out Colt Cabana, pretty much put him in his place. I have a lot to say about the CM Punk Colt Cabana thing. But we're gonna get into actually what happened. The former WWE champion CM Punk made headlines as of late. Obviously, he showed up during the indie event that I talked about. Also, there's certain people, I'm not going to name names, that are saying, I told you so! No, just because you clickbait and say CM Punk going to WWE, y'all, that doesn't mean that you called it. So, don't bullshit with people, you fucking moron. Y'all know who I'm talking about in regards to that. But CM Punk was on Twitter, and a fan asked Punk on Twitter, or should I say, Ron Fushis, some guy called Ron, I don't know, asked Punk on Twitter if he could be on his podcast. However, he then joked about not wanting to do it due to the last time that Punk was on a podcast. This is a reference to Punk whenever he appeared with his former friend Colt Cabana on The Art of Wrestling. Jesus, I remember reporting on that. It was fucking crazy. Anywho, CM Punk wrote, and I quote, "Promise not to sue me for being a good friend," and then, in brackets, "then sign a legally binding agreement that you're not a greedy, steamy pile of ungrateful snake shit." And then he, end quote, and then he wrote, "I'll consider it." So, as a lot of you know, CM Punk was supposed to be getting sued by WWE. He then won the court battle. There was apparently an interaction with Colt Cabana and CM Punk where apparently CM Punk was going to pay Colt Cabana's medical bills. I don't know why. Apparently CM Punk didn't do it, and now Colt Cabana is trying to sue him. Colt Cabana sued Punk for a breach of contract and fraud due to him alleging that the former WWE champion made a promise to help him with his legal bills during the lawsuit, but didn't keep his promise apparently. I don't understand why Colt bills. I mean, I thought the indies paid well, Colty. I don't particularly like Colt Cabana. I think he's just a leech. And I'm not saying this, like, this is coming from someone who told CM Punk he wasn't going to win that UFC fight, and then CM Punk reacted it and went, some people just want to tear people down. Like, you know, telling someone the truth, I think's one thing, but if you're with a friend, okay, if you're with a close friend, and, you know, you're going through this stuff, I think being a touting wee bastard, God, I'm going to have to explain what a tout is. Pretty much being a grass for British people, or being a backstabber. I hold high in regards of stuff that I hate a lot. I really hate that, especially like fucking like people that just like that you're close friends with, that you entrust, and then you understand what I mean. And we've all been there. And for Colt Cabana, for someone who was a butt-fuck no one, that no one really knew who he was, let's be honest, don't kid yourselves. You didn't know him until CM Punk went, "Hi Colt Cabana, how you doing?" In the thing. Like, CM Punk didn't need to do that. Colt Cabana said, "Oh, I'm here, I'm always Team Punk." And then CM Punk won the lawsuit, and then Colt Cabana sued him to try and get money off him. Like, that's not what good friends do. And, like, I understand CM Punk can be quite difficult. I mean, I think where CM Punk went wrong was the Hornswoggle incident. That was wrong of CM Punk. I think even CM Punk would probably admit that. But in this incident, I agree with CM Punk in this incident, where I think Colt Cabana is a little shit who then went backstage with WWE as well during this whole lawsuit. And I believe that there was some shenanigans. I have a theory now, it's alleged, I'm alleging it, I'm not saying it's actually real, but it wouldn't surprise me if Colt Cabana went behind the scenes saying, you know, we're going to lose this lawsuit, but sue Punk and, you know, work some of that magic. I'm just saying, you know, you ever heard that that Kanye West song, Real Friends, how many of us? How many of us? That's pretty much this. So I'm not a fan of Colt Cabana. I just think that he's a bit overrated, and also I think he's a backstabbing little shit. And I think he should have handled it like a man with CM Punk, rather than being a little bitch and going to the courts about it. So that's all I gotta say about that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's General Jerry on the General Jerry channel. Signing out.